Letter to myself as a golfer in the future. August 10th, 2021. Dear me, don't fret. Everything you want from golf is coming. It will not come as quickly as you want, and it may not feel like you imagine it should when it does come. But it's coming, and you will know when it does. Sometimes it will be a shot.
God, dude, you almost fumbled down.
Sometimes it'll be a number on a scorecard. Sometimes it will be an experience. But hang in there. It's coming. Hey guys, good morning. That was the beginning of a new little short film I made called A Letter to Myself as a Golfer from the Future. That's going to be on MSE TV. I'll release it later to YouTube, but these videos I'm going to be putting out every Sunday on MSE TV. I'm going to be posting videos to my subscription site, and you know, I think that that's going to be a good way to move forward. Basically, the way I look at YouTube is the lab. You know, I've got over 900 videos, closing in on 1,000, and you know, that's a lot of videos to weed through. So, but that's where I do all my experimentation. But when I find something that definitely works, I step up the production value. So I have good, better, best. You know, so I step up the production value, and then I make it a part of the MSE TV library. And I think that's going to be a good way to go forward. And guys, the introductory price is just $9.95 for all of my library. MSE Golf System, all the Hogan Code videos, my fitness program, so much more. So at any rate, today I'm going to be digging into the mini driver story a little bit more, because I took it down to my buddy Sam's place, Minimal Golf Club. That's where MSE TV is going to be based now. And I wanted to try out my mini driver on the simulator and see what the numbers were. And I got some pretty remarkable feedback, and I think it's worth sharing with you guys. I hope you hit them long and hit them straight. All right, guys, I'm down here in Redondo Beach, headed to the Minimal Golf Studio. And I am going to be testing out my 3-wood versus my new TaylorMade mini driver. So I'm trying to figure out if there is a club I can hit with a descending blow so I don't have to change my setup and how I hit everything. So look at this space. How cool is this? Oh, there's Sam. What's going on, Sam?
What's up, man? Welcome.
Yeah. So is it cool if I hit a couple?
Yeah, for sure. Come on back.
All right, let's check this out.
So these mats, they're awesome. Divot action mats. They spring a little bit. They've got these like little springs on the bottom. They're great, but they don't come with a T-hole or T-slot. And so I'm just drilling a hole so we can put our tee in there. If the ball's in a place in your arc that matches an upward angle of attack at 5, you've got to really tweak. I'll use a club so you can see. You got to really tweak your alignment. So this club is reaching its furthest out point when the shaft is straight out away from you.
Yeah.
So its longest, it's not traveling in to out, it's not traveling out to in, it's traveling straight relative to target when the shaft is straight up and down, right? So if I'm hitting up on it, I have to move the ball up in my arc, or I have to move me back to get up on it. That changes where straight's gonna be. And that it's way forward in my arc now. So now straight actually is me going left through impact with the club. So I'm going to hit a fade. The further forward I move it up, the more it should fade. That's why guys who hit up on it are hitting like little tiny fades. And you should hit a little tiny fade with your driver, because it just matches. As you come around the arc, you're traveling into out, into out, into out, into out straight.
Yeah.
And then out to in slightly when you catch it. So you should hit it with a tiny bit of a fade. But if you tee it high and you're trying to get this upward angle of attack, you're tweaking all of these alignments like a lot.
Yeah.
To find straight. And it's just, yeah, it's like a lot of inconsistency, a lot of work. I would just put it at the bottom of the arc. When the driver is straight, when the driver shaft is straight, you have it at a tee height that matches that, just barely off the ground.
Yeah.
And just smash straight bullets.
I'm just trying to find something that's consistent. You know.
Okay. And does this tell me that it's on when it sees it?
Yeah, if it doesn't say wait, you're good to go.
Okay. So here I am, trying to hit a fairway. So that's the reason why I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was probably like a millimeter on the heel, which is why we see the contact. Contact is going to kind of shut the space. So that looks like sweet spot, right?
Yeah.
But watch the face, watch the club after impact. See how it torqued closed?
Yeah.
So the balance point on that club then is toward the toe. If I go back, so if we look at impact, you'll see it. It looks like center contact by the screen.
Yeah.
But watch the club. Watch what the club does after impact. See how it torqued a little bit closed?
Yeah.
That means that there was a heel strike. It means that the club's center of balance is not the center of that club. It means the club's center of gravity is slightly toward the toe because you just hit the center and the club torqued closed.
Uh-huh.
Like if I was, if I'm swinging across this way and you hit my hand,
Yeah.
it's gonna torque closed. So it hits it looks like it hits center, but that's not the sweet spot on that club.
So the sweet spot is towards the toe?
Probably like a millimeter. Not much. I don't think that's advertised, but it's just obvious there from that. See the club's reaction. That's not you doing that. That's happening at a millionth of a second.
Interesting. Interesting.
Okay, I'm going to try and go just a hair towards the toe here.
Wow, beautiful shot, dude. Such a great ball. 148 ball speed, so that's your highest ball speed. This is what I was afraid of, the high spin. But that's what your ball should have done. It should have drawn. And you see how that one didn't torque as much close?
Yeah.
That was like millimeter on the toe. So let's look at the data again. This is like my favorite thing in the world to look at. So the club doesn't torque close. See how it's still relatively square past impact? I'm going to start this over slower. Dude, great contact control, by the way. You're like, I'm going to hit this slightly on the toe, and you did it. That looks like toe, right?
Yeah.
See the mark on the club? It's here. Sweet spot of the ball's there. So you actually hit toward the toe. The club path was 3.5 in to out. Face angle was open 3.1, which means the face was 0.4 close to path.
Yeah.
So that means draw. Here's draw side spin. Everything's right. The shaft's too soft, by the way. It shouldn't spin 38.85. The shaft's kicking too. Okay, ready?
So that's so crazy to me.
Look at face after impact. It's still square. Because what you think you hit off the toe, you hit it dead off the sweet spot. Because if you hit it off the toe,
Did it go for it, even with more spin?
so the ball speed was really high, but with that spin, it shouldn't. So you're home here, but this is like a really soft shaft. Really soft. So it's going to kick a lot at the bottom, which is going to create more backspin and potential lefts and rights.
Yeah.
So first thing I would do is rip this thing out and put in a waist different.
Well, I think I can just pop it out, right? It's got
go
a
to rub it
twist.
down and be like, give me
Maybe.
this different one.
Yeah.
Hit this lady's free will. Yeah.
This feels stiffer than mine.
It's not supposed to be, but if it is, you got a problem. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's probably low heel. It's probably a really light swing weight compared to what you like. Let's check. Yeah, let's see what it did. Yeah, low heel. Look at that! Look at that!
Oh, sick!
Are you kidding me? You want to see it?
Yeah.
This is what a soft shaft does. And people don't realize, like, the softer your shaft, the more unstable your club face. Look at that gnarly hook. That's the club snapping closed, and the result is a huge slice. Because the club's torquing all that huge amount during impact, which is putting a ton of left-right spin on it.
Holy crap.
4.4 launch angle because of that. Because of that heel hit. The face
Dude.
was actually open at impact.
That's crazy.
And the pass was actually into out. So that was a draw swing, a major draw swing. Like, would have been perfect, but it hit slightly on the heel, so it did this nasty slide.
Let me try it one more time, because this is just, I've never, when would I ever hit a ladies club, you know? Let's see, I guess I don't want to swing.
Yeah, you can. Alright, I gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go talk to you.
Dude, thank you for your help.
Yeah.
I learned a lot, and it's always a pleasure, man.
There's more where that came from, dude. Come back with us too.
I'm Gary Player, and you're watching MSE TV.
Guys, I am so fired up because MSE TV is the bomb. I've got interviews with Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, Chichi Rodriguez. I've got my driving evolution. Now I can crush it well over 300. I've also got MSE Fitness. I give you all my diet and workout tips. You get all of this for one low monthly price. You've got to get MSE TV. It's the future of golf television.